is. It's that official time. Where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape. Definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Power Slam show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam show. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam show. Turn it up.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone. This is the Pancakes and Powerslams. So I do not know why my camera looks so in my face, in your face. My camera is in your face, ladies and gentlemen. It seems really, like in your face. I don't know why it's done that, but got to make it work, though. Got to make it work. All right, PNP Nation, what is going on? For some reason, the camera looks really close to me, but we will make it happen. We will make it happen. All right, PNP Nation. So I'm just going to simply share my thoughts on Sting today. I'm going to share my thoughts on Sting today. Sting goes to AEW. And for some reason, I see people on the real Facebook, but the actual link, the StreamYard link, is not allowing me to do it for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why it's not allowing me to. There we go. All right, cool. All right, Brendan. Now we can do it. Woo! For some reason, it's not allowing me to see the comments, but it's not allowing me to see who's on right now. I have to look on my other. My actual page to see the comments for some reason. StreamYard is just acting up tonight, man. Acting up. I see a bunch of comments right now on Facebook, but for some reason, it's not allowing me to do anything else. And my view is better, but I don't know. But I'll just read the comments that I see on the live through Facebook. Let's see. Chris, funny. Dr. Weatherspoon, Featherstone. Marissa, I see you, Marissa, on my stream. But for some reason, I don't see what happened to the Titans. Elvis is asking. We just we wet the bed, man. We just took a big dump on our day, and we had a terrible first half. We outscored them 28-3 in the second half, but we only lost by 6. We tried to mount a comeback at the second half, but it just wasn't enough. We were down quite a bit. It was like 38-7, I think it was. We were down first half. We ended up losing 41-35. So we scored 4 touchdowns in the second half, and then they only scored 3 points in the second half. So we did a good job. The first half was just terrible, though. So it's unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. So I can see a lot. I can see the interaction go on the other side here. So I'll just read what's going on Facebook and if you're on YouTube, thank you. And yes. So, what's up, Justin? Justin, are you new? You know, I always give love for the newbies. We have someone new here who don't really know the PNP etiquette. So that's unfortunate. What else we got? All right, cool. All right, so how's the PNP Nation going on right now? I wish that I was able to see your comments. I wish I was able to put your comments up. I know y'all can see me. You can see me. You can see all the border, the bottom border, and all that. But for some reason, I'm not able to show your comments. But I'm going to talk about Sting. I'm going to spend this particular time talking about Sting. Aaron's asking, are they slowly turning the Fiend babyface? It seems like it, based on. You've been here a couple times. We're talking about predictions on Survivor. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for joining. Thanks for coming back, Justin. Are they slowly turn the Fiend babyface? Here's the thing. I just don't. It's just ridiculous. It just really is ridiculous. You can tell that they're turning him babyface because they're piping in fan cheers and they're piping in boos for Orton. But the problem with that is that there's nothing about the Fiend that's just a babyface. As we saw on Raw, again, catch my Raw review with Vince Russo every week on SK Wrestling, YouTube, and Facebook and Twitter. But here's the thing. Here's the weird thing about what's going on. Okay, I see Mr. Phil Fox from YouTube. So your YouTube comment came up. Appreciate you, Mr. Phil Fox. I will actually be on Phil Fox. I'll be on Phil Fox's channel. I'm trying to look about. I'm trying to look at all these comments here. No, we're not. Look, we're not going to talk about Sting right now. We're going to talk about. We're going to address these Ask Chris questions. So you're just going to have to wait. Yeah, so slowly turning the Fiend babyface. It's just a weird thing. It's just really weird. I just don't see the point of it. What we saw on Raw at the end of Raw, it just really seemed like a weird, like an odd transition. Yes, Sunday. Go to this person's YouTube channel, Mr. Phil Fox, my man, great brother of mine. I will be on this YouTube channel on Sunday. But yeah, man, I just don't. I was talking about this on Raw. So for any type of detailed Raw question, I can't stand watching Raw. It just, I just can't stand it. It is the worst televised show that I can think of on pro wrestling right now is Raw. It's just a terrible. It's just a bad show. I'm bored by it. I don't enjoy it. I get paid to talk about it, and that really helps me continue to watch it real time because I just don't enjoy Raw. SmackDown has its strong moments for the most part. I still think Roman Reigns is the hottest thing going in all of professional wrestling right now. I enjoy watching AEW. I've even enjoyed Impact. I've binged on Impact. Right now, I'm about at probably right after Bound for Glory. I've binged on it for like months, so I saw what happened throughout most of the year. Actually, about a couple weeks ago, I just like binged on like months of it, and so Impact has been solid. I don't like unfortunately, I don't have any people there from last time I saw, and I'll be catching up with it here soon, especially with Omega teasing, going there for Tuesday night. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to see it. But we'll see how that works. But I enjoy watching ROH. I've followed. I'm about a few weeks out of ROH. I saw the whole EC3, going there and having some time there, and so I've been following up with ROH since they came back too. Mike Kanellis going back to ROH. So I've seen all that, and so we shall see. We shall see. I just, out of all of those products, I just don't find Raw. I find Raw being the worst out of the bunch. I just don't enjoy watching it, but I enjoy reviewing it with Vince Russo because it's always fun. So, so yeah, I mean, I really don't care. I mean, like, they're not really doing a good job with the babyface heel dynamic. The Fiend doesn't look like, he doesn't appear, he doesn't act like a babyface. They shouldn't make him a babyface. They need strong heels. Randy Orton versus Drew is gone. Sheamus, they're doing Sheamus Drew. Miz doesn't really seem like a credible person yet. It's just a weird dynamic what they're doing on Raw. It feels like heel versus heel with Randy and Fiend, and I don't like it. Would I like to view Elvis is asking, would I like to interview Chris Jericho? Memories of Pat Patterson. Of course, I would like to interview Chris Jericho. I'd love to. He'd probably want to be one of the top 5 people I'd like to interview. Memories of Pat Patterson. Other than being one of the best finish guys, or probably I would imagine, the best finish guy, the best person to put a match together. I would say that's just the Royal Rumble, man. Just this really coming up with the Royal Rumble idea and being a part. I mean, Royal Rumble's my second favorite pay-per-view of the year. I love the Royal Rumble. I love the surprise element. It's exciting. It's my second favorite pay-per-view of the year outside of WrestleMania. So, ask Dr. Chris. Dr. Featherstone, the original bro. That's right. Have I interviewed Bill Dundee and Black Bart before? Yes, I've interviewed both of them before. Plenty of times. Many times. Nope. Evan is not joining us tonight. He is taking care of some business. He'll join us soon. I think we got someone who's needs to be muted because he's doing a whole bunch of, I see a bunch of spam here. Bunch of spam. What else we got? Does SK Wrestling pay you to watch Raw? Yes. Do you think Impact missed out on a big opportunity to showcase talent draw fans to the product Mariah's watching tonight? I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. I know that he was supposed to be. I know that Omega was supposed to be on Impact. I haven't seen it yet. I'll plan on watching it later on tonight. Yes, it is actually 12:12 in the morning right now in the C bus. So, okay, so wait a minute. I'm getting comments here. Pat was so lucky to be in the room with Mae Young was in labor. Okay, so my dude Danny, he's here. Pat was so lucky to be in the room when Mae Young was in labor. Okay, I think it's not allowing to do. It's only allowing to do comments right now from the Pancakes and Powerslams YouTube page. So if you comment on the Pancakes and Powerslams YouTube page, I'll be able to pull your comments up. All right. So whoever wants to, jump on my Pancakes and Powerslams Facebook page. Facebook page. Actually, I can read the comments from both the Facebook page, the Pancakes and Powerslams Facebook and YouTube page. So if you can stay on Wrestling Rumors, but if you want your comments shown on the screen, hop over to Pancakes and Powerslams YouTube or Facebook. All right. So I think that's it for now. And I'm going to talk about Sting and we're going to close up. All right. So let's talk about the man called Sting. Everybody knows that Sting is my favorite wrestler. All right. Everybody knows it. Sting's my favorite wrestler. All right. Y'all know. So I'm going to be honest. I'm gonna be honest. So this is what happened. This is what happened with the whole Sting thing for me. This is how I felt. Everybody knows this thing. Everybody who knows me knows. Phil Fox is on YouTube. PNP. And so, So here's the thing. Here's my. Can I do an impersonation of old Black Bart and the dadgum thing you can do about it? This is old Black Bart. I got impersonations for days. But here's the thing, man. Okay, let's get to Sting. All right, so Sting's my all-time favorite wrestler. And here's the thing. I heard there was a lot of buzz going on. All right. I knew that was happening. So I was spoiled by it because I looked on Facebook and I was looking at it late because I was doing something on Wednesday. I forgot what it was, but I was super busy on Wednesday. And I didn't get to watch AEW until like late. And so I was watching it, I think, in my bed on my phone. And I was like, okay, because here's the thing. I kept getting messages. Did you see my man Leo Rush lastly so I kept getting a bunch of messages. Did you see Dynamite? Did you see Dynamite? I was like, oh my gosh, something clearly happened on Dynamite. People were sending me messages. I mean, I get messages a lot, but I got a swarm of messages around the same time. And I'm like, okay, something must have happened. Of me getting a swarm of messages at the same time. Something happened. And so I go on Facebook and it said Sting to AEW. And I said, okay, all right, so let me see how I feel about this. Because I was spoiled by it. Maybe I would have been more surprised if I wasn't spoiled by it. All right. So I see it and I'm like, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, honestly. And Sting's my guy, man. Sting can do no wrong in my eyes, except for be okay with allowing Triple H to come out. Cameron Grimes to the moon. Chad just said, how about Cameron Grimes? Y'all love me about person that you love me. You love me my impersonations. You love my Cameron Grimes. You love my Leo Rush. You just love me with my impersonations, okay? You love me. You love me with impersonations. You love when I do impersonations, okay? All right, so yeah, here's the thing. I just don't I don't want Sting in AEW. I just don't. I don't want Sting in AEW. I don't want Sting's Dion. What's up? Dion, I think, is on PNP, on the PNP and Facebook. What have you? Danny loves my Donald Trump impersonation, okay? He loves me. He loves me. He loves me. He loves my impersonation of Donald Trump. He loves me. Anyways. Yeah, so I don't want Sting's career to be tarnished. I don't want it. That's the scariest thing on the. It's the scariest thing on the internet. It's scary. It's just scary. Okay. It's the. As a matter of fact, the impersonation is huge. It's huge. Obviously, you guys just want me to come and do Donald Trump impersonations every week. You just want me to do Donald Trump impersonations every single week. You just want me to do it every single week, okay? Huge. Yeah. So I'm not. I was a bit underwhelmed, to be honest with you. I mean, the four corners looks like they'll be doing something Darby Allin. I don't want Sting. I don't want to see 61-year-old Sting in the ring. I don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it. And we saw him a lot on Impact toward the latter part. That match with Hogan at Bound for Glory was just a train wreck. It was a train wreck. And I just don't like. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it, man. He's got a legacy to prove. I mean, he's got a legacy to uphold, and I just don't want to see it, man. I would have much rather for him to have one last match in WWE. WWE totally tarnished his legacy. I mean, not totally tarnished, but they did a really bad job with Sting's legacy. I mean, they did terrible. They did terrible. They did a terrible job. They did very bad. It was bigly. Their reputation damage. They damaged it bigly. Okay, it was bigly damage. It was damaged goods. It was bigly. Okay, that's how bad it was. So. And I was like, looking at him in AEW, people are talking about being a part of a match. I don't want to see Sting in a match. I don't. There's nothing else that Sting needs to prove. That's just for match sakes. They're talking about him and Jericho. I'm only, oh man, I can only maybe deal with that if Sting wins and just kind of ends his legacy with a win, because I'm so tainted by WWE's run, Sting's run in WWE. I mean, it ended his career, and I'm just so tainted by that. I cannot undo. You cannot undo him losing to Triple H at WrestleMania. You can't undo it. You can't do it. And there's not going to be a rematch. Him putting Rollins over, I'm not tripping about that. I'm not tripping about that. But I think it would have been much better if Sting would have put, if Triple H would have put Sting over, and Sting would have beat Seth Rollins or had a big win. He beat the Big Show and it went to a tag team match by DQ. Then he went to a tag match on Raw and all that. Like, it just, that wasn't good enough for me. Sting's run in WWE was absolute trash. Absolute trash. It was trash. It was absolute garbage. It was trash. Yeah, and as a Sting fan, I cannot take that away from my. I cannot take that away from my memory. There's my Obama. There's my Obama. Cannot take it away from my memory. Sting, WWE, cannot take it away from my memory. If you meant to be a doctor, my name is Dr. Chris. I am a doctor, Chris Featherstone. You might be the president, but I'm a doctor, and you're not. Okay? You're not a doctor. I am a doctor. You're not. You might be the president. Lame duck president, okay? I am a doctor, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's Big Lee. It's Big Lee, okay? Big Lee. I don't know. You didn't know I had an Obama, did you? You didn't know I had an Obama. America is for Sting, and Sting is for America. Oh man, this is fun. So, so yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it's the hands, Aaron. It's the hands. It's the hands. It's the hands. Can I pull off W? Can I pull strategy? Can I pull off W? My fellow Americans. All right. So, yeah. So that's my thoughts on Sting, man. You know, it's been Sting and presidential impersonations all night. This is great. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. It was underwhelming to me. You know, I was. It's kind of one of those things that your favorite uncle, you know, goes out the basketball court one more time, and you're like, no, you know what I mean? Like your favorite uncle was the best basketball player back in the 80s. He was the best basketball player back in the 90s. He was the best basketball player in the 2000s. But when it comes to the 2020s, he's not the best basketball player. As a matter of fact, he's the basketball player that you don't want to be out in the court. You're telling your uncle, Uncle Steve, you got to come out the court, okay? And that's what Sting is like to me. Oh, man. There we go. So somebody show last night, Russo. Are you sure he's not Riddle's dad? He said, bro, every other word. Got the pause on lock. Oh, that's hilarious, man. Let's hear your Vince voice, Elvis says. Let's hear Vince McMahon. Elvis wants Vince McMahon. Why would you want Vince McMahon? You're going to go 1-on-1 with The Rock. I was like, how in the world could Vince McMahon pull that off with his voice for 20 years saying, The Rock, he's going to puke. That's what he's going to puke. But yeah, I just, you know, I don't want to see Sting versus anybody. I just really don't. I don't want to see Sting versus anybody. If I see Sting versus Jericho, it would totally be, and I kid you not, it will totally be for the sake of I want Sting to have a good last match. That's only the reason why I would see Sting versus Jericho. Because Jericho he's in my top 5 too. Sting's number 1 and Jericho's number 4. In my all-time top 5. The top 4 of my top 5 can potentially wrestle, but I don't want to see it because Jericho's looking a bit rough in the ring nowadays, unfortunately, and it's making me sad to see. There's no way in the world that I want to see Sting in the ring. There's nothing else he needs to prove other than what he probably is thinking in his head. He wants to have a good last match. And I get it. I mean, I get why he would want to do that. I do. I get why he would want to do that. But at the same time, I still cannot undo his WWE run. And his WWE run was absolutely terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And so my hope is that Sting feels some type of something for his character. So the deal is from what I heard, Ricky's asking who's my number 2, number 3. My number 2 is Dusty Baby. You should know that already, yeah, baby. You should know that Dusty Rhodes, baby, they make a dream. It's my number 2, baby. You should know that the man of the hour, baby. You should know that the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is my number 2 all-time favorite wrestler, baby. Yeah, you should know that's the American Dream, baby. And number 3 is Ricky Steamboat. That's my number 2 and my number 3. American Dream, baby. That's their role, American Dream. And Ricky Steamboat. And number 5 is Booker T. That's my all-time top 5. I'm on board with a rumored Sammy Guevara face turn. No. I think he has better personality in the inner circle as a heel. That's right, baby. 3 Southside, baby. The man is the son of a plumber, baby. Son of a plumber. That's right, baby. Ric Flair, Starcade, baby. World Tour. World Heavyweight Championship, baby. The Textile Workers. That's right. You give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, daddy. That's hard times. That's hard times, baby. The greatest promo of all time. Hard times, baby. Hard times. That's right. We freestyling tonight. This is fun, y'all. This is fun. All right, y'all. So that's how I feel about. That's how I feel about. Ask some of these. I'm gonna answer some of these Dr. Chris questions. Ask Dr. Chris questions. So yeah, that's how I feel about Sting. Regardless of what they're doing, the Darby Allin, I don't want to see him as a man. I mean, I'll be honest. They signed a multi-year full-time contract. But I was about to say this real quick. Here's the deal. From what I've heard, Sting wanted to do a cinematic match against The Undertaker. WWE said no go, and somehow they made him lapse from his legend. Do you understand how stupid of an idea? How stupid that was? It was stupid. As Randy Orton would say, stupid. That's how stupid it was. It was so stupid. You literally left money on the table by letting go of Sting. Do you understand what you could have done with Sting? You could have had Sting. I still wanted to see Sting versus Seth Rollins at Mania. There's enough backstory with that. Having, in the career, all that. Rollins come in as the heel. Sting comes in as the face. Sting wins at WrestleMania. And just think about how much footage. You could do a 5-part last ride type of documentary, Sting footage. You could have done all of that. Now the WWE doesn't even have anything really to work with when it comes to Sting. You have a loss against Triple H, a loss against Seth Rollins, and a couple Raw segments that led to some DQ and a tag team win. I mean, that's what you have with when it comes to Sting in the ring. WWE just ruined their ability to make good documentary stuff footage for Sting. You could have done it such a extensive documentary with him, and you're missing out on merchandise. Sting, for years, ever since he became Crow Sting, Sting has been one of the top merch sellers ever. People buy the Sting mask, people buy the Sting shirts. He is a money grab, and his new AEW shirt looks amazing as well. So you're WWE just they I don't know. I just don't get why you would just decide to just leave money on the table like that. It just doesn't make sense at all. I would even, if you want to do a cinematic match, I would have done this. I'm like, okay, well, no, not Taker, but I'll give you Seth Rollins, someone who could carry the match, someone who you have backstory with, who could create they have Seth Rollins has a whole thing, like one of the network specials about him and Sting. And it's like, there's so much. You can do DVDs of Sting's last Scorpion, the final Scorpion, Deathlock, the last Scorpion Death Drop, whatever you want to call it. You have a DVD in the making by having Sting beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania and make his comeuppance and his comeback story. You could have done DVDs galore. It would have sold like hotcakes. But you leave money on the table for what? Bad business. Bad business idea. And now I'm thinking in my head, like, you left all that money on the table. AEW is going to take it, because AEW just last Wednesday's show was a landmark show for them. Winter is Coming was a landmark show. Sting appearing, Kenny Omega won the title, Kenny Omega teasing going to Impact Wrestling. It was hands down one of the best, if not the best, AEW shows in its history. It's been over a year now. Fantastic show. I just wasn't like, it felt good seeing Sting. It always feels good seeing Sting on the air, on live TV. It always feels good. But at the same time, I'm like, man, it was just underwhelming to me, because I want to see better with Sting. I don't want to see him in just any match. I just don't want to see him in a bunch of matches. I'm thinking legacy here. WWE already did a terrible job with keeping his legacy, and I don't think AEW is going to fail at that. But at the same time, it's like, it's hard for me to not think about WWE's run. So, all right, y'all. I think that's it for me. I'm going to address a couple of Ask Chris questions. Ask Dr. Chris. James, after a main event on Raw, I got thinking, are Bray Wyatt and The Fiend really the same person? There's no way Bray changed his hire and put it on his Fiend gear in less than 10 seconds. What are your thoughts? Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's clear. I mean, they're the same guy. I mean, it got you. So I guess it did the job a little bit, because, you're having second guesses, but it's really easy to do that. It's easy to, have more layered clothes on him. It goes off. He does a quick change, takes his takes his sweater off, because he had this the tank top, the black tank top underneath already. So he needed to take his sweater off. He probably had the pants underneath the pants he already has. So he probably just did a quick boom, boom, boom change, put the mask on, and there you go. And I'm sure that they rehearsed that plenty of times. So it was good. It was a good switcheroo, but at the same time, I'm not into Orton versus The Fiend. I'm just not into it because both of them should be heels right now, and I'm not okay. I'm not okay with seeing that. The Fiend is not a babyface. The point of he's supposed to hurt. Like he was healed. He's supposed to hurt. He's supposed to do Firefly Funhouse, nice guy, and then let him in. He's mean. He's evil. He's just rogue. He's just a menacing, just maniacal entity. And we shouldn't cheer for that. We shouldn't cheer for the Fiend. It's ridiculous to even think about it. All right, so I think that's it. I think that's all that Ask Dr. Chris questions. They could have done Sting versus Taker on Mania. Here's the thing, and I talked about this in I was texting. I was having a text message with some friends. All right, so here's my thoughts on Taker's run. What it should have been. He should have beaten Triple H at 30. 31 is when he came in. 31. 32, I would have been totally fine with Sting versus The Undertaker. Totally fine with it. We had Taker versus Shane. I mean, that match still is a forgettable match. Even though it was Hell in a Cell, it was a very, very irrelevant match. Super irrelevant. And so I would have done Sting versus Taker at 32. And then I would have done Sting winning 33 against whomever, maybe a Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens or anybody, Bray Wyatt, anybody at 33. So that would have been my that would have been my kind of 3-year thing for Sting. And I would have had Sting beat Taker like on SummerSlam or something like that, and then close up Sting's career by having Sting and Taker team up together at Royal Rumble. That would have been ideal for me when it comes to Sting. Yep. All right, everybody, that is my time. I hope that you all had a wonderful time today. I had a great time. I had a fantastic time. It was wonderful. It was huge. It was bigly. It was absolutely fantastic. Is that right? It was fantastic. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. That is my time. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone, signing off on another episode of Pancakes and Powerslams. Listen, Macho Man impersonation here. You gotta end with the Macho Man Randy Savage here. You gotta end with the Macho Man Randy Savage here. Yes. Congrats to Becky and Seth for having the baby. And there was something else that I wanted to pull up. Somebody else was talking about something. Ricky, why do you ask the weirdest questions? I do. There's a clock above me. There's a clock above me. But yeah, the Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Congrats on that. And I think I was when I was doing my Macho Man impersonation. Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, I had a thought in my mind. Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, what I was thinking about as I was closing the show. Yeah. Don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what I was thinking about. Yeah. I think maybe Marissa was asking me questions. Yeah. I think Marissa said something in the chat room. Yeah. Regardless, I don't remember what it is. Yeah. May you rest in peace. Chad hopped on. Nice. No, I don't know. I didn't know about Omega. I don't know anything about Omega, Chad. I think maybe it was Sting related. Sting Taker tag team. Yeah, tag team at the end. Yeah, that would have been ideal for Sting for me. All right, y'all. Look, it's been fun. It's been super fun. I'd appreciate your wonderful, wonderful donations. If you want to PayPal me, cfed at cfed7@gmail.com for PayPal. For all of the patrons that I have, thank you very much. That's the reason why I'm here. Yeah. If you wonder why, yeah, I'm here doing the impersonations. Yeah. You have to wonder why, as a doctor, I do what I do here, my impersonations. Yeah. It's because of this. Yeah. Patreon.com/Pancakes and Powerslams. Yeah. Yep. That's what I do, y'all. Appreciate the patrons. Be sure to join a patron if you appreciate the show. Otherwise, look, y'all join Patreon. All right. Oh, Takeover. That's what I want to do. Takeover. That's what I was thinking about. I loved Takeover. Takeover was really good. Women's Takeover was but I enjoyed Cameron Grimes and Dexter Loomis, although I saw it a bunch of times. It was still cool. All the other matches was great. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the men's Takeover match was absolutely fantastic. That's what I want to talk about was NXT real quick. All right, y'all. Enjoy your week of wrestling. God bless. And always remember, I do it for you. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.